I actually remember the day where we started writing the song. I was a bit sick with the flu or something, like just a little bit like, oh. And I remember thinking on the way to the studio, like, oh my God, back in the days, you know, like I could party for 4 days in a row and still just be like, hi, what's up? Like have the biggest range, you know, in my vocal and stuff. And I was just like, oh, you know, I was all... The thing is, when I write a song, I actually always write it in English. It's like, I used to have like a old punk band where we would sing in Danish. But besides that, all the projects, music projects and songs that I've written throughout my entire life has been in English, actually. When the sky was cold and I needed no protection, as the wind would blow 1,000 miles in no direction, man, it was a beautiful sight. Days were soaked in sunlight just so long ago. But lately I like to imagine what to say. You know, Denmark is very flat. It's a very sweet country, like very secure and sweet place. There were so many parties. I had so many friends that kind of lived in barns, you know, like with their parents, and they would have these parties and we would go out into the fields and like super drunk in the morning and just, you know. And it was just so amazing. I just remember feeling so free and, you know, so careless. When I was young, whatever happened, it would do me no wrong. When I was young, I was just very... I mean, I would say, you know, very fearless, I feel like. I mean, at least compared to now, like, I feel like the older you get, the more philosophical you get about life and, like, about the fact that you have to die someday and, like, all these things. And it's just... And I remember just as a kid, like, it was all just one big party. As long as I could sing my favorite song when I was young, oh. My favorite song growing up, I did have a couple of different ones. It would probably be a Sonic Youth song. I mean, around 18, I got really into Portishead, and then 20, MIA, you know, I think. And the holidays went on and on. We was so high, let the freeway take us into the night. Because again, obviously back then you had like zero money. I remember we were going from, you know, from Odense, the town that I'm from, we were going from there into a town like 4 hours away. And I remember me and one of my best friends, we were like hitchhiking all the way, and I remember the feeling of accomplishment that when we got there, you know, and we made it just in time for the show that we wanted to see at this place, and it was just like, yeah, we saved money, you know. And in the dark you sang my favorite song when I was young, oh. I mean, obviously, this is the time also of the first love, the first time you fall in love. And I remember the first time I was ever in love, that my whole world just exploded. And, you know, and so I think that line, it's not that I have a specific memory of like one that I was in love with singing into my ear, my favorite song. I wish, but it's that feeling of, you know, of the first time that you fall in love. And the holidays went on and on and on and on and on when I was young. Even though we were all going to school, of course, and like had studies and this and that, the important time was just the weekends. Like I remember every Monday, the only thing I was thinking about was just, what are we gonna do next weekend? What's gonna happen? Who are we gonna hang out with? Who's gonna have the party? Like, it was the only thing that I was thinking about. Now the sky is gray, but honestly it doesn't hurt me. I learned to find my way on the path of no returning. Okay, I've woken up to reality, you know. Maybe the sky is not golden all the time, but I've learned to cope with it. Like, this is the way life goes, and that's it. Everything I left behind, I'm reminded every time I meet your eyes. We were so bold and brave. Baby, can you imagine? I guess I left behind at least some of the carelessness. Back then, it was all just one big party, and the sky was just open with opportunities. Everything was like, yeah, woo, whatever. And I mean, I still feel like that quite a bit, actually, but not as much. So I've left some of that behind. When I was young, we would play with fire. When I was young, we would fuck the prize. When I was young, it was do or die. I would give my life just to feel alive. When I was young, it was do or die. I would give my life just to feel alive. When I was young, it was do or die. I would give my life just to feel alive. When I was young, it was do or die. I would give my life just to feel alive. When I was young, it was do or die. I would give my life just to feel alive. When I was young, it was do or die. I would give my life just to feel alive. When I was young, it was do or die. I would give my life just to feel alive. When I was young, it was do or die. I would give my life just to feel alive. When I was young, it was do or die. I would give my life just to feel alive. When I was young, it was do or die. I would give my life just to feel alive. When I was young, it was do or die. I would give my life just to feel alive. When I was young, it was do or die. I would give my life just to feel alive. When I was young, it was do or die. I would give my life just to feel alive. When I was young, it was do or die. I would give my life just to feel alive. When I was young, it was do or die. I was young. Da, 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 da. Like, there's no way that I'm gonna stop, you know? Not do or die, of course, but just like pushing the limits, you know? For me, it was good to go through that. You learn a lot of things because you also learn where the limit is, which is important.